Welcome to Film Freaks. This is Justin Llewellyn.
And Eddie Williams.
And today we're going to be doing another solo review, this time that Eddie is going to be doing, of a couple movies that he actually watched to pretty much catch up on movies that were missed in the theaters that he didn't get to see. And the first one he's going to be talking about on his own will be Dragged Across Concrete, which is directed by the guy that did...
It's directed by S. Craig Zeller, who did Bone Tomahawk and Brawl in Cell Block 99. It's a cop thriller film, and the film stars Mel Gibson, Vince Vaughn, Tori Kittles, Michael J. White, a couple other ones like Don Johnson, Laurie Holden, and a cameo by that guy, I can't pronounce his name, Udo Kier.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, but yeah, this film is about story about two cops played by Mel Gibson, Vince Vaughn, who get in a lot of trouble for using excessive force in the beginning of the movie, and they're put on 6 to 16 week unpaid leave, and pretty much both of it tells us backstory of them two struggling with finances and noticing that they've been being in part of the law enforcement for so long and they've got nothing out of it. So they get word of a heist going on, and basically they become crooked to get their part of the money to try to, because they both got finance problems and they want to fix it, going kind of like under the criminal world type of thing, become crooked to steal money.
Yeah.
And now a little backstory of this director. I've seen both Bone Tomahawk and Brawl in Cell Block 99, and I will tell you, like, both films, like, that to me, like, Bone Tomahawk was really good. Good Western, gruesome, good cast. This guy's known to get like a huge fucking cast in his movies, and I enjoyed the shit out of that one. And it was actually a horror take on Western, which was actually something I've never seen. And then a couple years ago, I saw Brawl in Cell Block 99. I believe that's been a couple years ago already. That's the one with Vince Vaughn where he goes to that prison and to try to save his family. And I enjoyed that one quite as well. It was fucking brutal. To me, I think that's his most brutalest movie.
Yeah, I love Brawl and Cell Block 99. That movie was like on top of it. Especially it was probably at the time, I think it was my favorite Vince Vaughn performance.
Yeah, and Bone Tomahawk was another one, but I thought Brawl was had more on the story, but because Bone Tomahawk, I'll get into this film too on the pacing, had some pacing issues, but anyways, but get into my pros. I will say that I enjoyed the hell out of Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn. I thought their chemistry worked perfect. They were good. I did it's not a comedy, but they do banter a little bit, and I thought that was pretty cool. And there were some times I did kind of laugh. Everybody's performance in this film, I don't have, everybody did their part well and stuff. I did enjoy the story. I did like some of the backgrounds, especially Mel Gibson. He gets the best background because he's got a wife who's got she's played by Laurie Holden, and she's suffering from a disease, and they have a girl, and it digs real deep in his backstory and seeing that he's got finance problems and he's trying to get out of, and the story is not all that original. It's a heist movie, but I still got into the story. It was pretty good. I will say that it is his most this director, like I said, did Bone Tomahawk and Brawl and Cell Block 99. I will say that it is surprisingly, while there is brutality in this film, some pretty good brutality, this is actually his most toned down brutality out of those three. Because other than maybe about 3-4 scenes, there really isn't nothing brutal in this film. which I heard from some people said it was kind of a disappointment, but it was a missed opportunity, and at parts I can agree, but this one was more storytelling than I think those three films. Um,
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured from the trailers because it looked like they were going for a more grounded, like film noir type level, while the other two movies that this director was known for were going for like a throwback to old grindhouse films, and this one was more of a
exactly.
throwback to like old school film noir movies like Dirty Harry and all that, from what I heard.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of a throwback to those. And I love the cinematography. It actually kind of remind me of David Fincher, like Seven type
Yeah,
look to it. Yeah, that's what it kind of looked. I really liked that look. It was very dark, bleak, like blue bleak and orange bleak. It was a weird bleakness to it. I thought worked with the style of the film. Um, and not only that, this has got kind of a weird story too because of the plot. Because the plot is actually one of those type of plots that is in like there's like all right, you know those type of films where they have different plots that intertwine together
yeah,
because
kind of like Magnolia and all
you
that.
start off you start off following this Tory Kettle's character, and he's struggling with money and finances. He was a criminal who just got out of the penitentiary, and he's got a crippled brother and a mom resulting in prostitution for money. So he has to do his part into why he needs the money. And then you get Mel Gibson and his problem. Then you Vince Vaughn, you got him, and which they don't go deep into, which I'll get in my cons. And then that's basically like one of those type where they all intertwine into this kind of uh, heat type thing where they're doing bank heist over gold and money. And then there's this other storyline which I will give a con in a little bit, but actually it's a pro and a con that I thought was pretty cool, and he's technically the villain of the movie. The pro part of it, I will say that there's a story of this guy, and he's just going around just robbing people and stealing them. He wears this like all black ninja suit, and he is fucking ruthless. Like this motherfucker is what comes closest to Anton Chigurh I've ever seen since that movie, since No
Oh,
Country Old.
oh,
Yeah, he's
damn.
like an Anton Chigurh, where he's just going around just like turn this off, do this. You got 5 seconds, just fucking with them and flipping coins and shit like that. And if they get it wrong, he just fucking blasts their fucking brains out everywhere.
Damn.
This guy has like no fucking like censor. Like he is mean as shit. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much on my pros. Now I'll get into my cons. I had problems with like while they were telling the story, uh this movie for one is very long. In fact, it's got the same runtime as It Chapter 2. So half this film, and this director is known for this. In fact, going back to his other two films I enjoyed, this would be a con in some of those. Uh it seems like he focuses way too much on something, like he drags one thing and he drags it out for half a movie.
Huh.
Example, this movie, while it was cool seeing Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn doing stakeouts and they were just, bantering back and forth every now and then, it kind of gets kind of overdone because hour and 15, 20 minutes in, it feels like I've already saw like 13 stakeout scenes. I'm like, okay, this is getting rinse and repeat. It wasn't until like the middle and second half that it really kicks it up to high gear. So that's a con. Another problem I had was, like I said, there was people that has backstories that they were focusing on, but Vince Vaughn's, I felt his like character development of why he's in on it was pretty weak. uh like I don't want to spoil everything, but he's just doing, his purpose of doing it I don't think was strong enough, but his performance was great. I'm just saying his character development was an issue. um that while I did say I highly that Anton Chigurh killing motherfucker was cool and badass and all, I have a what I have a problem is instead of giving him any type of backstory, why, who he is, and what he is, like why is he doing this heist? Why is he just going around slaughtering random people in fucking gas stations and shit? There was like it just popped out of nowhere and like between scenes, and it like he had like no development. So I was like, it just popped out of nowhere, and next you know he's like the guy that we're gonna eventually go against. He's the villain.
Yeah.
So there's like no backstory of why he was doing what he was doing. Um, let's see if I could think of any uh, other problems. Other than that, no, I can't really think of any other issues. I will say that probably one of my strongest points I forgot to mention my pros. This film is very unpredictable.
I
Like,
bet.
there's some shit that fucking goes down in this film that you did not expect. Like, everybody's so vulnerable. And then they introduce like this one character that comes in this one movie, and it kind of reminded me of something Tarantino would do, where you get a character that comes in the middle of a movie that you
Yeah.
didn't see in the movie, and just abruptly she's just introduced, and then
Yeah.
there was some fucking shit like whoa they do to her. I was like, what the fuck? Damn, that was quick, but I like the not knowing what was ahead. I thought that director did very well on that. So after all that, after seeing what I saw, I was gonna go an A on this one, but because of the pacing and I felt like some of the character developments were kind of weak, I still enjoyed the movie overall. It was a good, damn good watch. With that being said, I'm gonna give this film a high compelling grade on the Film Freaks meter.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've been actually looking forward to the movie for a long time. Like, because I keep hearing about it, and one of my friends has been actually talked about it for a while. He saw, and I'm actually really like wanting to check it out eventually because I love these type of like gritty crime movies that we get
Yeah,
and
it's like a
stuff.
cop
The
thriller.
director,
That I enjoyed the shit out of it. Like I said, like some of the character development and the I think that the director what he went wrong, what he does, and he's done it in his other films, which kind of irritates me. He could have focused on like really good character development. Hell, you probably could have used half of that stakeout because like seriously, like there was like 40 something minutes of to an hour of staking out. It's like all you hear is them talking back and forth and just repeats and repeats. I felt like he could have utilized that time and maybe did a better backstory for Vince Vaughn because while I loved his character and he was great in this film, like his purpose was like he didn't even need to get involved if you think about it. He wasn't
yeah, I
hurting on
got you.
money. So it's kind of like shit like that. And then that in-town Shigar guy, they didn't give him no backstory. He just abruptly just pops in between scenes, just slaughtering people, random fucking people. And then eventually he's the guy who does the heist and all that shit. It's like, and then Tori Kettles' character, um, he his storyline, and he's with Michael J. White doesn't even have a backstory hardly. He just randomly is in this movie with Tori, working with these guys, and then yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but it was actually the first time I ever seen Michael J. White not even have to fist fight. He doesn't even do no fighting in this movie.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, man. But I am definitely wanting to check it out eventually because I've heard a lot of good things about it. And
yeah, it
yeah,
was good.
so fair enough. For those of you who have also seen Dragged Across Concrete and also those other movies that director did, like Dragged Across, Brawling Subblock 99 and Brawling Tomahawk, let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. And if you like what you see here, you can feel free to like and subscribe to our channel and check us on other reviews here and on our website at filmfreaks.com. And we'll be seeing you in our next review. We'll see you later.